All right, the first step is you want to tune your guitar. So fifth string is going to go down to a G. So what I'll do is I will play that along with my third string. So if I'm up, I'm tuning down. And then you want your sixth string down to a D. All right, let's take a look at the first line. Now the rhythm is going to go da 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 da, because we have those dotted eighth notes plus those 16th notes. Now as far as the left hand fingering goes, I just use these two fingers and I just move them down. So it's just like that. Now I also try and get a staccato feel to it, so I'll lift up on the strings to stop the sound. And I will also use my right hand and then put them back down on the strings to stop the sound. And that's especially important on the open strings to use your right hand. And sometimes I'll use my left hand to just stop the strings. So you got, so you go to open 6, open 4, and then you're back to the 5th and 3rd. So those open strings, measure 2, go like this. And that's where I'll use my left hand to stop the strings. So slowly those first 4 measures go. Measure 5. You're going to start by beginning with this chord. So middle finger is on the 5th fret, 5th string. Third finger is on the 5th fret, 3rd string. First finger, 4th fret, 2nd string. And pinky is on the 5th fret, 1st string. Now the rhythm is going to go like that. So we have a dotted 8th note to a 16th. That 16th note is tied to the next 8th note. So what I'll do is I will count the 8th note, and I know that those 16th notes in measure 5, that comes just after the and of 1. So I'll go 1 and 2 and. So again, 1 and 2 and. That rhythm repeats, except now we're gonna go half bar at 3. And that repeats again, you're gonna go D7. And then we end that line like that, so half bar at 3. So slowly it's going to go like this. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. All right, measure 9 is going to be the same thing as what we did at the beginning. What I'll do for this one, I'll play it quieter and also a little more ponticello. So I'll play it, I will pluck the string closer to the bridge. Maybe not that much. And then measure 13, 14, 15, they're the same as measures 5, 6, and 7. If you take a look at the end of that line, we're going to do this, followed by a harmonic 12th fret on the 4th string. All right, and then we have our rhythm come in measure 17. So dotted 8th note, 16th is going to go da, 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 da. So it's open string here, open string, 4th string, and then I go middle finger, and then open. So the rhythm, it goes like this. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. All right, then we get into the main melody. So measure 19. And what I'll do is I'll practice it without these little slides. So I'll start off, you're going to start up at the 10th fret, and you're playing thirds. So you've got first finger here, second finger there, plus open 5th string. And you're going to hit that again and again, followed by the 4. Now with the rhythm, it's going to go 1 and 2 and. So one more time. 1 and 2 and. All right, so once you feel fairly comfortable with that, then I would add the slide. So you start off 1 and 3, you're in the 6th position, and you're going to slide up. This I find kind of difficult. You slide up to 1 and 2. So what I'll do is I'll keep that middle finger down, and as I'm sliding, I just take off that third finger. So you go just like that. So you can do that with the open 5. Take a look at the next measure, open 5, and you're going to go here to here, and then here again with the open 4. So that measure is going to go 1 and 2 and. So slowly those two measures go. And what I'll do throughout this is I'll try and add as much vibrato as I can. I mean, it's a tango, it's a dance, so I try and make it as emotional as possible. So I'll add as much vibrato as I can do it. So I'll go something like this. All right, measure 21. We're here, and we're going to do a pull off. So you still have the 1 and 3. Pinky will pull off on that first string, and then we're back to 10 and 11. So you got this. So the rhythm is going to go like this. 1 and 2 and. So again. And then you take a look at measure 22. You have open 5. You're here. So you're going to play that, and then you're going to go 1 and 3, and then back to 1 and 2. So with the rhythm, you're going to go. And then we have another pull off. So I use my third finger, and then you have the open 6th string, and then you're down to here. So 8th fret, 10th fret. So again, you got this. Open 4, open 6. So if you take a look at that measure 24, you've got this, and then you go to 1 and 2, back to 1 and 3. So again. So I'll play that line beginning measure 21. We're here. All right, measure 25. Another pull off, hit the open 5. And then 1 and 3 go down, open 4. So again, it's measure 26. Open 5. Now I just stay in this position. I put my middle finger here, followed by, I hit the 1st and 2nd strings, and then we're back to here. So that measure is going to go. All right, then we have another one of these. So we have just like the beginning, we're going to slide up. So measure 27, we're going to do another slide, where we did just like we did in measure 19. We start with 1 and 3. We get up here and we're at 1 and 2. So you've got this. Now instead of hitting open strings, like we did up above, we're going to do harmonics. So my third finger is free, so I use that. I hit the harmonic at the 12th fret on the 4th string, and then the 12th fret on the 5th string. So you have this. You hit that again, and then we're going to go up to 1 and 3, followed by 1 and 3 with the open 4th. So again, if I do those last two measures slowly, you're going to go. All right, measure 29. Pinky is going to pull off to that first. Now we're going to go. So we're at the 10th fret and the 11th. We're just going to take these two fingers, move them there, and then back. So the rhythm is going to go like this. 1 and 2. So you've got this. 1 and 2 and. So again, 1 and 2 and. Measure 30. We're going to hit that 5th string. 1 and 2, 1 and 3, back to 1 and 2. So those two measures, 29 and 30, sound like this. All right, another pull off. I've got the 1 and 3 there. I've got my third finger, and I'm gonna hit the 6th string. Just like that. And then we're gonna go 1 and 3. And this is at the 8th fret, So very similar to what we did in measure 29, we're just gonna take 1 and 3, move it here, and then back. With the rhythm going 1 and a 2 and. So on that and of 2, you also hit the 4th string. All right, so 29, 30, and 31 sound like this. The last measure of that line, we're here, hit open 6th string. You're already in this position. I just use my pinky, pull off to 1, and then you're gonna go 1, 1 and 2. Middle finger acts as a guide finger to the 5th fret. So open 4, 3rd string, 1st string. So slowly you're gonna go just like that. And if you take a look at measure 33, we have a half bar at 3. And you're gonna hit the 5th string, the 3rd, and the 1st string, followed by that rhythm that we had earlier. And I just stay in this position. I hit the open 4, my 3rd finger goes to the 5th fret, and then I go open 4. So you've got this. And then you go back to the beginning. And by the beginning, I mean measure 19. And what I'll do, and you'll play the whole thing again, and what I'll do is I'll usually play it a little quieter and a little more cello. So I'll play closer to here. I might get something like... and so on. All right, so after you do that, you're gonna go, once you get to 32, you're gonna skip measure 33 and go straight to 34. So you're gonna take the second ending, and in this spot, we are going to move to the key of G major. We were in G minor for the first part of it, now we are in G major. I have a half bar at 3, and I put my middle finger on that 4th fret on the 3rd string. I hit the 5th, the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st strings. 1 and 2. So we got this 1 and 2 and. On the and of 2, 4th finger, the thumb hits the 4th string. So again, 1 and 2 and. All right, and then we go into this new section, which is in a major key. So what I'll do is I hit open 5, and then I'll go 1 and 2 like this. So 1 and 2, 3 and 4, back to 1 and 2, like that. So you got. Now notice we have 16th notes here. So you're gonna go 1 E and So if I were to count that measure, I would go 1 E and 2 and 1 E and 2 and. So if I play it, 1 E and 2 and. So to do that, you've got open 5, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, back to 1 and 2. Just take your first 2 fingers, move it to the 2nd fret, and then back to here. And once you come back to here, you're gonna hit the open 4. So slowly it's going to go. All right, then we're going to have another slide similar to what we did before, where we go from 1 and 3 to 1 and 2. So you're going to start at the 3rd position. So you got 3 and you have 1. You're going to play those 2 notes plus the open 5, and you're going to slide up. And again, as I slide up, I've got this finger already down. I take off the 3rd finger, and I'm at 1 and 2, like that. So, and it's going to be the same basic rhythm for this measure as what we had before. So it's on the and of 2, you hit that open 4. All right, so then we get into this section where we alternate triplets with these duplets. So we have this kind of new feel in it. So you're going to go 1 E 2 and 1 E 2 and. So the triplets are going to sound. And so one thing I would recommend is just sort of trying to feel the 3 followed by the 2. So just practice, and you can use a metronome, but just practice like 1 E 2 and 1 E 2 and da 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 da. And then try and add the notes. So with the notes, you're going to go, you're here, 1 and 2. 3rd finger's going to do the little pull off. 1, 3. Back to 1 and 2. And then you're going to move it up. 3rd finger is going to go to the 10th fret, like that. So you're going to go. And then back to the 7 and 8 with the open 4. So slowly it goes like this. And again on the and of 2 you hit that open 4. So next measure we've got this. Now we get rid of the triplet and we have the eighth note, dotted eighth note followed by the 16th. So you've got 1 and now after that you're going to go up to the 8th fret. And then down 7 and 8. So it goes like this. 1 and 2 and then we have this triplet again. So now we're going to go 7 and 8. We have that little pull off again, plus the open 6 string. And then you have 1 and 3. You hit that again. So it's. Now you just stay here. Pinky is now going to pull off to that 5th fret. And then you move it down to the 3rd fret. So slowly you're going to go. All right, next measure, we're going to continue this line down. So we have 1 and 3. Pinky is going to do that pull off. 1 and 2. Pull off. And then I do a half bar at 5. And I hit the open 4 plus the 3rd and the 2nd strings. So that measure is going to go. All right, so that line, beginning measure 37, slowly goes like this. Measure 41, we've got this. We're gonna go a little hammer-on pull-off, just like that, at the 7th fret on the 2nd string. And then we go 1 and 2. At the 3rd fret, and then 3 and 4, back to the 1 and 2, and then this is gonna 1 and 2 is gonna go to the 1st fret, plus the open 4. So slowly, one more time, and then open 5, open 3 and 2, and then 1 and 2. So these are gonna be at the 3rd and 2nd strings. Followed by open 4. And on the and of that beat 2, you hit the open 4. So those two measures, slowly you're going to go. All right, and then it repeats. So beginning at measure 43, this is all a repeat of what we had in measure 35. So we've got this, and this is repeat. If you look at measure 49, we have this again. Now this is where it changes. We're going to go to a D7 chord. So you've got your 1st and 2nd fingers. They can act as guide fingers to the 1st fret. 3rd finger is going to be here. Then we have this. So half bar at 3. Middle finger is going to be here. Then we have that rhythm. And then open 5 and 3. And then we're going to do harmonics. We're going to hit the 5th, the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings. And then here. So that line beginning measure 49 goes. And there it is.